Hello and welcome to the Redmen TV. It's the Starting 11 prediction show. It's Liverpool versus Huddersfield at Anfield in a massive game after we got our arses handed to us by Tottenham last weekend. Supposedly big changes for the coming weekend's game. I am here to predict Jurgen Klopp's lineup. I am going to start with a change in goal. I think Lloris Karius is going to come in instead of Simon Mignolet. Simon Mignolet, bad game against Tottenham. Take him out the firing line. Get Lloris Karius in. I mean, get Ward in, really. Get Ward in, because I don't really trust Karius either, if I'm perfectly honest. But if he's going to be there, I'm going to support him. I'm going to be there, I'm going to sing, I'm going to shout. I'm going to support the lads on the field, whoever they are. At right back, I think Trent Alexander-Arnold has had a couple of games off. You know, Joe Gomez has done well at right back, but I think Trent Alexander-Arnold is going to come in at right back, and we're going to be sound. We're going to be dead sound at the back, because we've got Joe Gomez partnering Joel Matip. How we finished against Tottenham at the weekend. Them two, centre-back partnership going forward. Let's see what it's like. Alberto Moreno, left back. I think Robertson, me and Si were just having a discussion about this off camera. We both thought that Robertson would be in line for a game here, but with the changes that I think is going to happen around the rest of the back line, I think it's probably sound to keep Alberto Moreno there, although Robertson definitely deserves a game. I think this one would have been earmarked for him, but because of the aforementioned changes, Moreno is going to come in on the left-hand side. I think Jordan Henderson's going to start in the number 6 position. Gini Wijnaldum apparently just been past fit. He's going to stay in there, and I think Coutinho drops in to the centre of midfield. So no Chan in the middle of the park. No James Milner, I think he drops out. Although there is a shout for Milner at right back. I mentioned that on the build-up show, wouldn't mind seeing that. A little bit of an organiser, shouting across Joe Gomez, shouting across the Matip, where you're supposed to be, when you're supposed to be it, do your job, do your role, that's what you're supposed to do. Mo Salah, right-hand side, because, you know, boss and that. Look at him. I hate these magnets. I hate these magnets so much. It's ridiculous. I'm going to rage on Mo Salah soon. I think Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's going to get a start, and I think it's going to be at left mid there, and then I think it's going to be Roberto Firmino up top. That's what I think the starting 11's going to be. I'm going to go into the goalkeepers and then into the comments section, but don't forget we're backed by Ladbrokes for the season, of course, as we have been for the entirety of this campaign. We will be coming up with first goal scorer later on, terms and conditions and all that stuff. Bet £5, get £20 in free bets, terms and conditions, ladbrokes.com. Mignolet, Klavan. No Dejan Lovren. He's bombed. Robertson. Millie. Emre. Danny. And Dom. There you go. That's my subs bench. No Lovren. Where is he? Don't know. Not sure. First goal scorer. I'm going to go with a little safe bet here. I'm going to go Mo Salah at 7-2. Got a couple right so far this season. I'm banking on Mo Salah getting the first for us. I don't think we're going to concede this weekend. I think we're going to win 2-0 now. That's my team. I'm going to get straight into the comments anyway. See what everybody else thinks. Cameron Harris, Crook, Flanagan. No, I don't think so. Dom to start for me, says Lee Rushworth Clays. That's interesting. I think Dom Slanky, this could be a good fit for a game for him. He's not someone that I consider will get the start up front. But I think because it's such a vital game and it's a vital 3 points. Listen, they're only a point behind us in the league. We're only 3 points behind 4th. It's almost must win now for Liverpool for the next few games in the Premier League for me. I think we've got to get some wins under our belt. We've got to get confidence into the side. And to do that, I think you play your best players. So for me, maybe a little bit too soon for Dom Solanke. God, the good one, says Moreno out, Hendo out, Chan out, under 18s in. Amen. He's had enough. He has had enough of this Liverpool side and enough of some of these players. He wants them out. Wow. Swartzker GT. Wijnaldum. Absolute twat just says Grujic. Yes. Maximus Decimus Meridius. Nice. Grujic. So yeah, again, kind of what I was saying with the Dom Solanke stuff. I can't imagine that Grujic is going to come into this side. I think James Milner's probably ahead of him in the pecking order. Emre Can's certainly ahead of him in the pecking order. So for me, Grujic probably isn't going to start in this game. Michael Carroll's. No idea how to spell that. It's probably not how to say that. It's probably not even that difficult. We should really look into getting Timo Werner too. We need that central threat up front that will allow Firmino to act as another floating attacking midfielder and give us more midfield options. Timo Werner, man, outstanding player. Whether RB Leipzig are going to be wanting to do any more business with us, who knows? Because considering how upset Naby Keita is at the moment, red cards everywhere, isn't he? You know what I mean? He's a smart player. He understands if you get sent off in games and you miss games. I think he's had 3 red cards so far this season. He's going to be fit and fresh for us next season. So I imagine that Naby's just going to continue to just keep getting red cards all year long, keep getting bans, and then come in here next season, or possibly January if you believe some of the rumours, and come in fit and firing and ready to go and ready to help this Liverpool squad challenge on major fronts. Karius is almost 25. He's not that young, says LFC Gamer. I feel like I've walked in on a conversation there. Klopp in, let's back the manager, says Ian McPhee. I'm 100% behind that. Klopp seems, for me, is the right guy to lead Liverpool Football Club. I mean, any questions about Jurgen Klopp's leadership and stuff, and about his decision-making over the last couple of months, I think they're valid questions, but I do think it's far too soon to be even considering Klopp out. But that's just my opinion. You know, everyone's entitled to their own, of course. Drop Lovren, never play him again, in my opinion, says Sean Adair. And with that, what do you think about 3 at the back, says Yusuf Sidat? I think we're bad with 4 at the back. Dropping a defender, I know it doesn't quite, it's not as simplistic as that. Don't get me wrong, I do understand that. Like, I just don't see that we've got the players for 3 at the back. I think you need 3 solid centre-backs, 2 of which are good opening space. You know, maybe like Azpilicueta's a great fullback who's a great centre-half, and a 3 at the back. I don't see that we've got those players that are able to do that. You mean maybe you took Alberto Moreno, a little bit too short for that for me. You took Nathaniel Klein, if he's fit, he's a little bit too short for that. Gomez, Matip, who's your 3rd? Is it Klavan? Is he going to be asked to run out in space and try and tackle close to the wing? I'm not 100% sure about that. And I definitely don't think the Klopp's planning it either. You know, we've not seen any 3 at the back during pre-season or this season so far in the games that we've played. Unless he's been training it, you know, unless he's been working it into the lads on the training field, I can't see that he's done that, but I don't think they'll have had the time to do that either. You know, we've had the games come thick and fast. We've had almost 2 games a week. When's he going to have had time to work on extra training sessions on a different formation when the team's been in poor form? Just can't see it happening just yet, but there we go. That's just my opinion. We need good defenders, says Factor 709, and every Liverpool fan everywhere in the world. Yes, we do. One King says 4-1-2-1-2. Yeah, man, I like that formation. I thought we did really well with it in 2013-14. I'm surprised we never went for Davison Sanchez, says Jewel Ahmed. You know what? I hadn't even heard of him before the game at the weekend. And I said, see how much money they signed him for?
Yeah, 42 million.
It was a lot of money. Like,
I got caught out on that because I said it in the review show.
Did you? What did you say?
I said I hadn't heard of him before that game, and they only signed him for a few million in the summer. What a great signing!
Yeah, there's a few
Someone
million.
in the comments said, "Yeah, that would be Spurs' record signing, £42 million." Yep, sorry about that. I only care about Liverpool. I don't care about anyone.
He's right.
Else. Concentrate on your own game.
Is right. Ashley Sissamu says, I think Matip, Klavan centre back with Gomez at right back. I don't see the Klavan thing happening, and you know, I think Klavan was next in the pecking order, but I think the fact that Chan came on against Tottenham and we moved Gomez says to me that Klavan wasn't trusted to go in there and do a job, and that's why I've gone for the Gomez-Matip partnership over maybe Matip and Klavan, which is probably your more, well, it's definitely your more experienced partnership, isn't it? Watch Klopp start Lovren to get his confidence back. Wow. Don't know what to say to that. Don't know what to say to that. Don't kind of want to see that happen anytime soon. Chris, if we don't buy defensively in January, they won't come in July with no Champions League. Catch 22, says Martin 1892. I think you're right. I think every Liverpool fan knows. I think, you know, we all knew in the summer that we needed defensive reinforcements. If we go through January without making any, my word, that is a dropped bollock and a half, isn't it? I think we've got to. I think maybe 2 centre-backs is what we need, to be honest. Maybe not even 1. I think, you know, more likely 2. One first team and someone to back them up. It's going to be interesting to see this one. I mean, this game against Huddersfield, as I said at the top of the show, it is a massive game for us. And we've got major concerns about our back line, and you know, there'll be fans of rival clubs laughing about that and saying, we told you so. Liverpool fans knew it. We saw it last season that our defence wasn't good enough. Klopp saw it last season, so it's inexplainable almost that we didn't sign anybody in the summer, but he's chosen to work with these guys. We've got to back these guys. We've got to be there. If you're in the ground, you've got to be shouting, you've got to be supporting. Whoever plays, if Lovren plays, clap him onto the pitch, man. Get behind the guy, support him. If he does something bad, have your little reactionary scream and stuff, but then clap him in. That's what we've got to do. That's what being a Liverpool fan is. That's why we're better supporters than anybody else in the Premier League and anybody else in the world, because we understand the game situation and because we understand you have to support your team through the thick and the thin. The whole point of You'll Never Walk Alone is just that these guys on the pitch, however they're playing, they're Liverpool players and they should never walk alone, because we should be behind them 100% every single time they take to the field. And what I get from like everything around Liverpool nowadays is we're not even backing our own slogan, and that hurts me, man. That really pains me to see. And you know, I wasn't there at the weekend for Tottenham, but somebody said, and I don't know if it's true, that there was claps and cheers when Lovren got taken off the pitch. And you know what, on some level I totally understand it, but that would never be me cheering a Liverpool player getting substituted. It's just not in my makeup. Like, and you know, there's these, I don't know if it's true, I really don't. But for me, that's not being a Liverpool supporter. Being a Liverpool supporter is sticking with them through the thick and the thin, as I said. So there we go. I don't get why people are sending death threats to Lovren, so disrespectful, says Evan Donlevy. Yeah, we talked about that on the Reds News Roundup on the subscriber website. If you've not checked that out, it's like an hour-long show. We spoke about ownership at Liverpool. We spoke about corporate away tickets potentially for Manchester United, which the club have put to bed and said there are no corporate aways. And we spoke about, obviously, that as well. Loads and loads of other things. So some of the off-the-field things we spoke about. Really, really great show, hosted by Stay Hoare on the redmentv.com. If you've not checked out, please do check it out. But don't forget as well, to like this video, subscribe to the Redmen TV on YouTube, and I will see you next time, hopefully after Liverpool beat Huddersfield by 2-0 and Mo Salah is the first goal scorer at 7-2. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time on the Redmen TV.